Right over there, put it out. Hey, Rich? Yeah. Put it up on the fucking scaffolding.
Hey, make sure.
Yes.
You're going to do it back.
Everything. Or fire it up in the air, Rich. Over there.
All right, record this. I don't have my
I got it.
Just go.
Just fucking shoot.
Hi everybody, welcome back for another video. There's always important lessons to be learned from these videos. Take home message here, know what is in your line of sight, what are you shooting at, what's your target, know how to use the device, your tool. I think for a lot of us, we buy something and maybe we don't use it enough, we put it away. Police are just as guilty of doing this, using something. Maybe it's something that they don't use very often. And in a lot of cases, that is the less lethal. The less lethal for them is definitely a second thought. Whereas a lot of times for us, we put it as a first thought. So the video today is an example of if you use a PepperBall or a chemical dispensing device, know its limitations, know what's between you and your target, and make sure that you're going to get it to your target and you're not going to result in self-exposure. This is a video that should just sort of, it's a very serious situation, but it's also something that could easily happen to you if you're not careful. Let's watch the video.
So he's getting ready to fire. They're asking him, just fire, just fire. They want him to get this chemical round launched, and he doesn't really know how he's gonna do that, and he did it, and oh my. So as you can see, lots of exposure of his team, lots of powder in the air, and it's basically means that their operation is over. Okay, so what you can see here is he's getting ready to shoot, and I wanted to slow this down and let's look at it very closely because it's very hard to see this shot because the camera moves. I'm going to move it very slowly forward and backward. And you can see here he's getting ready to fire and they're asking him to shoot. And just about right here, you see, if you look in the very low corner, you see the pepper cloud going up. And there you see the cloud. That's where he fired right into where the officers were. And then suddenly everyone starts coughing back behind him. As you can see, he's coughing. There's another cloud here that's going up. And then as the camera comes back down, you see there's a huge cloud right there. And I don't think that's exactly where he fired, but everyone is coughing. Everyone has been exposed. Here, this guy has only got on, there's no respirator mask. He's wearing one of the COVID cloth masks that basically is not going to do anything for you with pepper.
We're going to have to get a reason.
What have we got that we can help and push them?
Nothing's going to help.
The wind is at us.
Yeah.
I know.
We're fucked.
Right. The wind's at us. We get hit with a lot of pain applied, but you hit the other people.
And not only that, we're taking out one and 10 of them are getting angrier. It's just, we're multiplying them by hitting them.
Sector.
Can they go for the max? We got people with the vans, right? We got people with the vans. LT. Where are the vans? We got people with the vans. They can come up. They need to bring the fucking vans. Hey, where are our vans? Who has Claude's number?
Okay, there you have it. So that's exactly the kind of mistake that can happen if you don't practice, you don't know your tool, and you get that self-exposure from a pepper powder and a pepper spray. You saw how many people were affected there. This is not a small 68 caliber pepper ball. This is not anything like that. This is a large cartridge. I think that what they use oftentimes is a 40 millimeter cartridge that could be either for blunt force or it can contain a payload, which would be some sort of irritant. And a lot of times it's essentially the same stuff that's in your pepper balls. And in this case, that's what they were using on these Capitol riots. There was a lot going on that day, a lot of videos getting out now, the body cams. And this particular one caught my eye because after looking at it, I realized that this is absolutely a teachable moment. It's something that someone should learn and not make that mistake again. And luckily in this particular case, they were not creating the kind of violence that these guys were expecting. But you see the number of Capitol Police there who were exposed. There'll be people that just literally were affected. And so I don't want us to underestimate pepper balls just because when we use our little 68 caliber ball, it's going to have a limited effect on a person. But if you have 12 of those or 20 of those or 30 of those, the hopper full of those, you actually start to get a cumulative chemical effect, which is much greater. And I've talked about that before in my PepperBall 101 video. But in this one, you can see the effects on a whole team of people, and it can be devastating. And so it was a learning lesson. They had to retreat away from the cloud because the cloud affected the team and it created a barrier. And in some cases that cloud could come back on you, but he shot this right into the crowd, and that was obviously a big mistake. So a short video, but an important lesson to be learned there. And I think I always want to focus my videos on bringing you something that has an important take-home message. I'm not just trying to do show and tell and show you a device, but I want you to see how it works in a real life, real situation. And when it works well and when it doesn't work well, we learn either way. So that's all we got to say about this one. Everybody take care, and we'll see you in the next one.